All right, it's time for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place for all of us by helping us lock up some bad guys. I'm your host, Chris Wright, along with Matthew Wade, Chief Deputy from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. Good to see you back, Matthew.
Hey, it's been a little bit, but I'm glad to be here as always, wanting to help folks, and glad to get help from the people who watch the show.
Of course, you were busy last week down at the Alabama Sheriff's Association Conference. Understand that things went pretty well for the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office down there.
It did. 2 years ago, they developed a Sheriff of the Year award. It was based on what all 67 sheriffs thought was the best example of sheriff of the year. And last year, the first ever went to the Sheriff of Watauga County. And this year, we were sitting in the banquet, and the sheriff's wife was there, and the sheriff had a phone call dealing with work. He got up and walked outside, and they're sitting there talking about the Sheriff of the Year, and they started talking about different things that I knew could only be him. So
he's off.
He's
taking
out.
A phone call outside the hall.
Yeah. So I look at the president of the association. He looks at me. I'm like, I don't know where he's at. And we quickly found him in the sheriff. All 66. He's the 67th, but 66 sheriffs of the state of Alabama surprised him with Sheriff of the Year, and it was really, in my opinion, a well-deserved honor. The sheriff has been instrumental. In the state of Alabama, there's no requirement for corrections officers to have any training, which is crazy. When we're protecting human beings in our custody, they need training. Sheriff Amerson was instrumental in bringing training to all correctional officers across the state of Alabama through a program when he was the president of the National Sheriff's Association. So he's doing a lot of good things, not only for our state, but for our nation. Dealing with law enforcement and dealing with sheriffs across the nation. There's 3,080 sheriffs in our country, and our sheriff here was the president over their association 2 years ago. So we are making a difference in Calhoun County. He's making a difference, and we're really proud of him.
Yeah, well, I think we've got a picture from the conference. Here we go. There he is with his beautiful wife, Lisa, accepting that award for Alabama Sheriff of the Year. Congratulations.
Absolutely. You know, and you can tell by looking at it, he was truly humbled and honored. You know, the paper had done a little story on him, and he was humble, and he was humbled that his peers thought that of him. But he is working hard every day, trying to make people's lives better and trying to help people, and truly to bring law enforcement into a very respectable profession where we treat people right.
Well, let's talk about what our viewers have done this week.
Absolutely, 7 arrests, and never let us down, and we're really proud of that, bringing the number to 3,584 people put in jail, all because you were willing to get involved. It takes us all.
And coming up in just a moment, we're going to have the first half of this week's lineup so we can put you to work again on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to wash my camo so I'm ready for hunting season.
Get that stuff out of my washer. You should take it to a laundromat.
There isn't any good laundries around here.
Sure there is. Wash and Aniston Coin Laundry on Quintard across from Walgreens and beside the Social Security office.
They have a washer that can handle a real man's jacket?
They have the biggest washers and dryers around, and you can get all your stuff finished within an hour.
Awesome. I'm headed to Wash and Aniston Coin Laundry at 829 Quintard, and then I can take the rest of the day to get my other gear ready.
Or maybe you can finish the yard work.
Yeah, right after I sight my bow.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate. A new Platinum Visa card. Another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was
Homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
but now I am
Sober,
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
All right, here we go with the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Tracy Toll from Anniston, wanted for failure to appear for aggravated child abuse. Nancy Anderson of Anniston, wanted on bond revocation for possession and receipt of a controlled substance. Megan Wilson from Anniston, wanted on bond revocation for 2 counts of possession and receipt of a controlled substance. Natita Wiggins from Jacksonville, wanted for failure to pay for possession and receipt of a controlled substance. Cedric Ferrier of Anniston, wanted for failure to pay for 3rd-degree theft by deception. Michael Fowler of Anniston, wanted for failure to appear for possession and receipt of a controlled substance. And Jimmy Nunnally of Anniston, wanted for failure to pay for possession and receipt of a controlled substance. We've got several more to talk about coming up in just a few minutes. If you have any information about these cases, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers. They want your information, not your name, and you could get a cash reward of up to $1,000. The number to call is 256-238-1414. We'll get back to the bad guys in a few minutes, but it's time for the good guys again on Calhoun County's Most Wanted now. Cindy Williams is one of the good guys or gals. Good to see you, Cindy.
Good to see you too, Chris.
Oxford City Schools Education Foundation.
That's correct.
And as soon as Matthew knew that you were going to be our guest on the show today, he said, hey, wait, you do that big fundraiser where we eat all that great food, right?
That's correct.
You look at me and can tell I know about eating places.
We'll be sure you're there for that.
Make sure you bring extra.
And we are going to talk about that, Matthew, but first, that's coming up in March. We'll get to that in a few minutes. But Cindy, we've got another fundraiser for the Oxford City Schools Education Foundation that's next week.
That's right.
So we've got to get everybody ready for that.
That's right. That's Dancing Through the Decades. Dancing Through the Decades includes all the schools in the Oxford City school system, and each school is given a decade. And the PE teachers choreograph a dance for the students that go along with that decade, and they perform these dances at the Oxford Performing Arts Center.
Let me tell you, okay, as the MC of this event, that's one of the best things that ever happened to this event, moving it to the Oxford City the Performing Arts Center there. Yes. When we had it at the middle school, you know, it was a good event, but boy, you just couldn't get everybody in there.
That's right.
It was just absolutely to capacity and way beyond.
That's right.
And this has just been, we split it up into 2 nights now.
That's right, because there are so many people that attend this event, we can't get them all in the Oxford Performing Arts Center either.
Right.
So we split it into 2 nights, be February the 2nd and the 4th at 6 o'clock. And the teachers have worked very, very hard. The students have worked very, very hard, and it's just a wonderful event.
All right, so of course I volunteered to be the MC
Yes.
because that guarantees that nobody asked me to dance.
And you do a great job as the MC too. Yeah, our students have dances, the faculty at each of these schools have dances, and it's just really a wonderful, entertaining night.
Yeah, most of the, or a huge number of the people anyway that are there to watch are parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and siblings
right.
that are there to watch the kids.
The children.
But for me, see, I enjoy watching the kids, but I really enjoy watching some of the faculty do their dances.
Yes, it's really, really a great fundraiser for us.
Mm-hmm. And I enjoy the music that you pick out every year. It's always fun to just go back and relive some of those songs.
That's right. That's right. You know, music has a special place in everybody's heart, and it just really is. Everybody that I know that's ever been to a Dancing Through the Decades comes away saying, I'm coming again. This is a great event.
And we all have our own decade that just really, okay, that was my decade. You know, for me, the 80s is always great. Matthew loves the 20s.
Mine is the 70s. I'll go ahead and speak before you say something about me.
I can tell you when I was growing up, my grandparents were the greatest generation. Grandfather was involved in the invasion of Normandy and D-Day, and I remember them doing the swing dancing to the 40s music, and I used to watch them in the living room and doing that, and I just thought that was the neatest thing. And our generation, we didn't learn to dance like that. I mean, we didn't, most people don't know how to dance, including me. So.
Yeah, some of the dancing that we see today, here I am, old fogey, and I'm going to just bring it out, but it's like, wait, seriously, that's a dance?
Yes.
But what we see at the Dancing Through the Decades, you're not going to see the bumping and grinding.
No.
You're going to see some kids that have actually rehearsed some moves and some adults that have rehearsed some moves, and they've got something entertaining and doing some costuming as well.
Yes, very tastefully choreographed, every dance is.
Are the Howells going to be a part of it again this year?
Yes, Ken and Jenny Howell, they are a huge part of Dancing Through the Decades, and they will be doing their dance, the Paso Diable, is that how you say it? The bullfighter?
It's better than I would have got it, yeah.
They'll be performing that this year, so we're very excited about them.
They are really, really talented and put in so much work.
Right.
When they get on stage and dance, you are witnessing a true art.
Yes.
Dance is a form of art, and they are really showing the artistic side of it, and it is something to behold. And I hope that some of these kids get inspired by seeing them do those dances to try to learn something a little bit beyond just what you see at the MTV parties and such these days.
I hope so too. They have also they have a group of high school students that they are teaching every week ballroom dancing, they will be performing, and they do all that free of charge. And they do their costumes, so they'll be performing.
I'll tell you, JSU Continuing Education does ballroom dancing, and I really looked at maybe just see if my daughter would do that with me, just so I could learn. But I thought it'd be good for me and my daughter to do it together. But I think that's awesome.
Yeah, Ken and Jenny Howell teach that through JSU Continuing Education.
They're big JSU people. As a matter of fact, I went to the JSU Alabama basketball game in Tuscaloosa. There was about a dozen of us cheering for the Gamecocks, and they were two of them.
They were right there, yes, with Cocky. Jenny and Cocky will be right there.
Absolutely. All right, well, that's the fundraiser that's coming up this following week, Tuesday and Thursday night at 6 o'clock at the Oxford Performing Arts Center. And you can get some information on their website, oxfordpac.org. We've got another big fundraiser coming up in March that Matthew's very excited about. I am as well. And we're going to talk about that when we come back on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost. But now I am sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to wash my camo so I'm ready for hunting season.
Get that stuff out of my washer. You should take it to a laundromat.
There isn't any good laundries around here.
Sure there is. Washington Aniston Coin Laundry on Quintard across from Walgreens and beside the Social Security office.
They have a washer that can handle a real man's jacket?
They have the biggest washers and dryers around, and you can get all your stuff finished within an hour.
Awesome. I'm headed to Washington Aniston Coin Laundry at 829 Quintard, and then I can take the rest of the day to get my other gear ready.
Or maybe you can finish the yard work.
Yeah, right after I sight my bow.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate. A new Platinum Visa card. Another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
And here's the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Juan Dominguez of Anniston, wanted on a probation violation for violation of domestic violence protection order. Travis Swink from Anniston, wanted on a bond revocation for breaking and entering a vehicle. Brandon Beal of Anniston, wanted for fraudulent use of a credit or debit card. Also, Candace Beal of Anniston, wanted for fraudulent use of a credit or debit card. James Anthony Smith of Anniston, wanted on probation revocation for second-degree possession of marijuana. Christopher Jenkins of Ohatchee, wanted for probation revocation for use and possession of drug paraphernalia and second-degree possession of marijuana, also failure to appear for domestic violence third-degree assault. And Angela Kirby of Anniston, wanted on probation violation for first-degree theft of property. Again, if you have any information about these individuals, call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers, 256-238-1414. Cindy Williams is our guest here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted this week with the Oxford City Schools Education Foundation. And Cindy, before we talk about the Edible Evening for Education that's coming up in March, just real quickly, let's talk about the foundation itself and the money that you raise for the schools in Oxford and what that money does.
Yes, okay, thank you very much. The Oxford City Schools Education Foundation is a nonprofit organization, and we host events to make money so we can give right back to the students in Oxford. And right now, one of our projects is to have outside greenhouses for all of our elementary schools. We've done outside classrooms there and gardens, so now we're going to be working on some greenhouses so they can do some things in the wintertime too.
Matthew, I know that's one of the things that you really appreciate, getting the kids out there, letting them get their hands dirty and actually know where their food comes from.
Absolutely. You know, big outdoorsmen like to hunt, and we plant food every year, but we plant it for animals. And learning how to do that, it takes experience. And just yesterday we were talking, well, we did this wrong or did that. Nothing beats getting your hands out there and learning how to do, whether it's gardening or any other type of skill. And that's huge to have those kind of things in your school system.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. We have just purchased digital cameras for the yearbook staff at the middle school.
Yeah, my wife used to be in charge of the yearbook at the middle school.
How about that?
She'll be jealous.
She will. Now all the students have their own digital cameras, so they can learn a lot of skills through that. So we're really excited.
Most of us nowadays, we've got a camera in our pocket on our phone, and they're doing better and better with those, but it's still not, you're not learning the art of photography.
That's
which
correct.
It's important to learn.
That's correct. Another thing I wanted to share with you is we've been very instrumental in the robotics program at the middle school and the high school. And this 2 weekends ago, there was a robotics competition from schools all over the state. It was held at the middle school, and we had 2 first-place computer programming winners.
Awesome!
How about
Congratulations!
That? We're really proud of that.
Okay, before we run out of time, let's talk about the food. Okay,
Sure.
Coming up in March, the Edible Evening for Education. We've done this for several years now.
Yes.
Restaurants from all over the area bringing food in, and you get to sample all of them.
All of the food, yes. There's 20 plus restaurants that will be at the Oxford High School Arena on March the 17th from 5 to 7:30. And you buy a ticket. Tickets are just $20 for adults, $10 for children. And you get to taste food from all of these different wonderful restaurants.
Yeah, nobody's going to serve you up a big steak, but they might give you a piece of a steak.
That's right.
And Matthew, you've been there. It's great.
I can make my rounds. I'll just make that.
And you can make your rounds again and again and again if you want to.
That's right.
And
it is the best buffet you will ever see. I mean, it beats. I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings. The family reunions that we used to have, they were great. This is better.
This is better because each one of the restaurants like to showcase their best dishes. So you can have a tasting, so you'll want to go to their restaurant and order a whole plate of that dish. So we are very, very excited about that this year.
Are tickets available for that yet?
Yeah, no, they'll be available at Dancing Through the Decades. They'll be available next week. So if you come to Dancing Through the Decades, you can get a ticket, or you can get them at Oxford High School, or from any foundation board member, or they'll be available at the door.
Do we know yet some of the restaurants that will be participating this year?
We do. Let me just share a few of the restaurants that have already committed. Cider Ridge Grill, Classic on Noble, Athena's, Gar Frericks Cafe, Hubbard's off Main, Jefferson's, Lamar's Donuts, Logan's Roadhouse, Mata's Pizza, Olive Garden, Papa John's Pizza, Small Cakes Cupcakery, Southern Girl Coffee will be there, Struts, Tie One On. Now that should be enough. It's worth $20 a ticket now.
I was thinking, she's reading these off, and I'm thinking, all these people know me by name.
So they'll be able to say, hey, Sheriff, when you walk in the door.
Hey, I tell you what, great list.
It is a great list, and it's a wonderful fundraiser, and all the profits go to our students at Oxford City Schools. So we're very,
and we're not done with that list yet either, are
no,
we?
Those are
if
just,
somebody's watching and they're involved with the restaurant and they're thinking, you know what, I'd like all those people to sample my food as well.
That's right. They need to contact me. They can go to our website, oxfordedufoundation.org, and contact me through that.
All right, very good. Well, Cindy, we're very excited about Dancing Through the Decades next week and the Edible Evening for Education coming up in March, and just being a part of so many things helping these kids out. Matthew, you know this, the school systems that succeed are the ones that have the community support.
That's right.
Absolutely, community support that's willing to invest in their children. You never stop doing that.
That's right. The foundation is very, very proud to be able to do that.
And one more time with the website in case somebody missed it.
Okay, oxfordedufoundation.org.
oxfordedufoundation.org. So go there, find out more about these fundraisers and other ways that you can help and that other people are helping the kids here in our community. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Crime Stoppers segment of the show and our Crazy Criminal of the Week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost. But now I am sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Your word is rigmarole,
Can you define it?
a long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to wash my camo so I'm ready for hunting season.
Get that stuff out of my washer. You should take it to a laundromat.
There isn't any good laundries around here.
Sure there is. Washington Aniston Coin Laundry on Quintard across from Walgreens and beside the Social Security office.
They have a washer that can handle a real man's jacket?
They have the biggest washers and dryers around, and you can get all your stuff finished within an hour.
Awesome. I'm headed to Washington Aniston Coin Laundry at 829 Quintard, and then I can take the rest of the day to get my other gear ready.
Or maybe you can finish the yard work.
Yeah, right after I sight my bow.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate, a new Platinum Visa card, another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
All right, we've got a short list on the Crime Stoppers segment this week. I guess that's good. January 21st, an apartment on Riley Lane in Anniston was burglarized. A firearm, jewelry, and money were stolen here. And on January 24th, the residence on Smith Street in Oxford was burglarized. A television, Xbox 360, both stolen here. If you have any information about these cases or any others, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, our crazy criminal of the week is a 10-year-old.
Uh-oh.
Got caught driving around in his parents' BMW, is it S6, I believe? Anyway, some sporty BMW, very expensive car.
I wouldn't know any
Yeah.
top big models of BMWs.
It's way out of my price range.
Oh yeah, I don't even look at them. So,
but he's driving around, can't see over the dashboard hardly. 10 years old, and here's the crazy part: he's not really the criminal. It's his parents. They're in the back seat.
what makes them think that's a good idea?
I have no clue.
It can't be his first time driving if they're in the back seat. At least if it's his first time, surely it's sitting in his lap or at least on in the back seat, or they're getting chauffeured around.
So he's probably been doing this since he was 6.
Well, did he have a wreck or did they just catch him driving?
They just caught him, and the father has been charged with something. The mother was not charged with anything. How do they decide that?
I don't know. I've never come across a 10-year-old driving. So.
Now, I will confess that when I was about 10 years old, I sat in my grandfather's lap in his truck, and I had my hands on the steering wheel. But I think that's a little bit different.
That's probably a little bit different. I ain't gonna make.
Still not encouraged.
I'm not gonna make any confessions. I've been told that's bad. But 10 years old by yourself, that's. I wonder if he was driving good or not. See, I have different questions. Was he doing good or not?
He does fine in the video games. I'm sure he's a good driver. All right, that's all the time that we have for this week. We're going to drive on out of here, but we'll be looking for you again next week. Hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost.
but now I am
Sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Your word is rigmarole,
Can you define it?
a long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate. A new Platinum Visa card. Another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.